Welcome back to another Sudoku Primer video. This channel shows you how to solve Sudoku puzzles without pencil marks. Learn more about these techniques and patterns on sudokuprimer.com. You can find lots of other Sudoku information out there too. If you have any questions as we solve this, please leave a comment. You can also comment if you have any suggestions for this channel. This is puzzle number 27 from Difficult Sudoku by Wayne Gould and the New York Post. I don't think this puzzle is real difficult, but it's fun to solve because of the T and plus patterns found in it. And it helps you understand the T and the plus pattern a little better. One thing about Wayne Gould and one thing about his puzzles, and then we'll get going on solving this. Wayne Gould is credited for making Sudoku popular all over the world. See Sudoku history at sudokuprimer.com. There's a link below this video in the description, and you can learn about how Wayne made this puzzle popular all over the world. Another interesting thing about this is these puzzles are not only rotationally symmetrical. A lot of Sudoku puzzles are rotationally symmetrical. These puzzles are also vertically and horizontally symmetrical. You could take this puzzle and flip it like this. You could take this puzzle and flip it like this. Or you could take this puzzle and flip it 180 degrees, or rotate it 180 degrees. And the numbers that are the givens in this puzzle are all still in there in the right places. Well, let's get going on this. Let me show you the T pattern and the plus pattern in here. There's a couple of T patterns, one here and one here. And the T pattern is where you have four numbers like this, and the empty cells form a T. Here it's an upside down T. And then we have two plus patterns, one here, one here. Plus patterns are where you have four numbers in the corners. This number doesn't have to be here for a plus pattern. The 5 doesn't have to be here, the 7 doesn't have to be here. And they form, the empty cells in these two boxes form a plus. And I'll show you how to use those in just a minute. In fact, right when we get started here, we'll learn how to use those. First of all, we've got a 7 here going through this T. That means one of these is a 7. So with these being, one of these being a 7, we have ghost 7s in this column already. So 7 can't be here in any of these three cells. So we have ghost 7s here. We've got a 7 here, ghost 7s here, and a 7 there. So that makes that a 7. You see how we used both of these T patterns to find that 7. Now I'm going to do the same thing with 8s. Now we've got an 8 here in row 3. So that means an 8 has to go here or here. And now we have ghost 8s in this column. So that means there's an 8 here or here, ghost 8's here. And so we've got an 8 here, ghost 8's here. And so the 8 has to be here or here, and there's an 8 there already. So that makes that an 8. And with these 8s, we make that an 8 right there. So that's a good example of using a little more advanced way of using these T patterns here. All right, now we got a 3 and a 9 left in this column. There's a 9 there, so we can finish that column. And we've got a 5 here and a 5 here and 5 there, so we can put a 5 right there. And now we know there's a 1 in box 7 here. And now we're going to use the plus patterns here. We've got a 1 going through this plus pattern here, so one of these has to be a 1. And these ghost 1s here make one of these a 1. So now we've got a 1, ghost 1s, and 1. So one of these is a 1 right here. So we used both of these plus patterns to constrain the 1 to column 1 right here. And now I'll show you how we determine that this is a 1 right here. We've got a 7 and a 9 here. And look at this T pattern. We've got 7, 9 twins right there. Okay, we can't solve either of those, but what that does is it gives us triplets right here. We know these three numbers because of these 7, 9 twins. So we're missing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one of these is a 1. One of these two. There's a 1 here, so we have ghost 1s here. Remember, okay, our 1 here, ghost 1s here. That makes ghost 1s here. We've got a 1 here, ghost 1s. So one of these is a 1. But now we know we have ghost 1s here too, so that can't be 1. So that's a 1 right there. All right, now let's look at box 9. We've got a 1 here and a 1 here. That leaves a 1 here or here. And of course, we know that this is a 1 because we've got ghost 1s there. So that can't be a 1 there. And with that one and this one, we can put in a 1 right there. All right, now we've got a 7 here, 7 here. So that's a 7. And that makes that a 7. And with that 7, we can fill in the 9 because remember our 7, 9 twins there. All right, and that 9, we got a 9 here. A 9, 9, there's a 9 there. 9, 9, that's a 9. And we got 9s here, 9s here, so that's a 9 right there. All right, now we also know there is a 4 right there. Now notice we have 2 and 6 here. Missing 1, 2, 5, 6. And we also have a 2 and a 6 here. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2 6 twins in both these boxes right here. Let's see what we're missing here. We're missing 1 and 6 in box 4. With that 6, we can fill those in. And now we know that's a 2 because of that 6. So we have 2 and 6 and 2 and 6 there. All right, and then we've got a 6, 6 right there. The only number left in that column. All right, now let's look at this box 1 right now. We're missing in column 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 2 and 5 right there. So we put a 5 there and a 2 there because of that 2. And now we're missing 3 and 4. With that 4, we can fill those in. All right, and now we have a 6 there and there, so that's a 6. All right, we've also got a 6 here, 6 here, 6 there and there, so that's a 6 right there. All right, now let's look at this row right here. We're missing 2, 5, 6. Or I'm sorry, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 5, and 8. So we have 5 or 8 there. 2 or 8 there. 2, 5 or 8. So it doesn't look like we can solve anything, but this is a loner cell right here. And we've got 2, 8, 9, 6, 1 in this row already. So we got a 2, 8, 9, 6, 1. So that's an 8. All right, and now we have a 2 and 5 left. With that 5, we can solve those two. Okay, so we couldn't solve this row until we noticed that this is a loner cell, and then the 8 is the only number in this row that isn't in this box already. So that's how we got that. And now we know this is a 4. We got a 4 there, 4 there. All right, now we're missing 3 and 8, the only two numbers that are left there. We can't solve those, but yes we can, because we've got an 8 here. We've got a gate pattern here with an 8 going through it. So one of these is an 8, so that makes that a 3. And that an 8. All right, and now we're missing 2, 3, 8 here. That's got to be a 3. It's a loner cell. There's a 3 right there, so we know that's a 3. And we're missing 2 and 8 there. Got a 2 there, so we can finish those. All right, now we're missing 3 and 8 there, which we can solve because of that 8 right there. All right, now we're missing 2, 4. Yeah, 2 and 4 there, which we can solve because that 2. All right, now remember our 1, 4, and 8 here. We got a 1 and a 4 there, so that's an 8. There's a 4, so that's a 4, and that's a 1. And now we're missing 1, 5, 7. 1, 5, 7 there. 7. There's a 1 right there, so that's a 1, that's a 5. And we've got, let's see, 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7 there. 3 and 5, so that's a 7. 3 there, so that's a 5, and that's a 3. That wasn't too bad, was it? Well, I'd say the takeaway from this one is the watching for patterns like the plus and T pattern in this puzzle help you find numbers quicker. And quite often, like with this puzzle, patterns make the puzzles funner to solve. I like this one because, when I solved it the first time, I was putting numbers in pretty quickly. I saw this 1 here, and then I saw the 7 and 9 and saw the 1 here, so I could put a 1 there. I saw these 2 T patterns, so I got the 7 and 8 in very early on. And then it was pretty easy and pretty quick to solve the puzzle. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.